Hello, beautiful souls. I hope everyone's doing great today. This is Loretta. Welcome to video number 21 of What Star Are We From? You can also find this on my channel page in the playlist under Star Lineage, the tab Star Lineage. It's also in podcast form if anyone is interested. That's where you find all of them. Okay, and today we have 3 new messages coming through the cards. And so I'm going to read the narrative. And I'm so glad all of you are here. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to read the narrative. Galactic Heritage Cards are used to help us tap into our star lineage and karmic patterns, and also reveal lessons brought to Earth from the stars, and how these lessons can be used in our life on Earth now. A star lineage spread more accurately reflects what stellar influences are working with you now in the moment you choose the cards. If you do readings often, the cards may change, but over time you will notice a pattern that keeps emerging if you are working with the cards in a sincere way. This is a fluid system without fixed positional meanings because it represents the multidimensional and holographic nature of consciousness. Each card is a number, a civilization, a theme, and text that goes with it. The numbering order is based on the journey from unity to polarity through integration and back to unity. We have 21 different species and 108 cards in this deck. 4 timeline suits, past, present, future, and parallel. The cards are numbered based on the journey from unity to polarity and back to unity, reflecting a universal theme, that of a state of oneness, a fragmentation into individuality, and the process of integration back to the state of oneness. Thus, the cards in the lower numbers represent the earliest process of unity, fragmenting into individuality, and the star consciousness guides us. Early to mid-range numbers represent the physical civilizations. The higher number cards are the reintegration cards, representing a movement of energy from unity to polarity and then to reintegration. Card numbers later in the deck represent the integrated process of our star family as it moved towards unity. Parallel cards refer to a certain era of that civilization on the card. Future cards are an era of mature civilizations where our extraterrestrial guidance mostly comes. These cards work with your intuition. Okay. So, our first message comes up in card number 8. Cosmic Midwifery, Arcturus Parallel Timeline. There you go. All right. And this is the second time this message is coming through out of the 21 videos. All right. And here's the message. All civilizations need guides, seen and unseen, that help them grow. The Arcturus energy has guided humanity from a place of compassion and unconditional love since its inception. It plays the role of a cosmic midwife, assisting us through birth and death in the physical reality. This energy also helps us through major life transitions. You pulled this card because you have a connection to the Arcturus energy in this life or another. That energy is working with you again. To reconnect, visualize a bright orange star and breathe in its energy directly to your heart. The Arcturus energy has a profound and all-pervasive relationship with human reality. One of the services it provides has to do with the two most sacred life transitions, birth and death. The Arcturus energy, which energetically resonates as the energy of our higher selves or our integrated essence, serves as a midwife for us when we are born and when we pass from this physical world. You could say that the white light seen in near-death experiences and during birth, if we could remember, is the energy of Arcturus or our pure essence. This doesn't mean the star Arcturus or something to do with extraterrestrials. This is a pure archetypical resonance that is equated with the star Arcturus in the cosmology given by Germain. This energy can be felt by focusing on the star Arcturus in meditation, but the consciousness is so much more expansive than simply a star. If this card comes up in your reading, you could point to many things depending on your unique qualities and life lessons. It may mean that you have a gift to usher others through the birth or death experience. It could also mean that you are going through a metaphorical birth or death experience and could benefit by invoking the Arcturus consciousness to assist you. Now, the name Germain, that is the energy, the cosmic energy that channeled through the author, Lisa Royale Holt, to dictate the meaning of these cards and the numbers, etc. For anyone that's new here, that's what that is referring to. There's a book. There's an entire book that these cards are based off of. If you're new here, The Prism of Lyra. You see that there? Yeah. An exploration of human galactic heritage. And so the bigger story is in there. Okay, number 12, card 12. We've got masculine principle. Okay, let's see this one. This is the third time in the 21 videos this one is coming up. All right, this is from Lyra Past. Yeah, there you go. Masculine principle. Right there. The ancient Lyran civilization is often described as reflecting the masculine principle. As the civilization grew, it moved out into the galaxy, settling planets, sometimes engaging in war and seeking ways to perpetuate species. They were the builders, protectors, and archetypes of a society. Both masculine and feminine principles exist within everyone. It is important that they remain in balance. This card asks you to work with your inner male energy. Listen to what it has to say and embrace it. This will help to heal an old karmic pattern from the days of ancient Lyra. Lyra was the first civilization that expressed polarity, setting the template for our exploration and healing of polarity for millennia afterwards. One way they expressed polarity was through their masculine focus on external reality and in their attempts to manipulate physical reality according to their desires. Again, this could be a positive or a negative expression, depending on the intentions behind the actions. If you have this card in your reading, it is asking you to look at your inner and outer male-female balance. If you see where there is imbalance, work to bring those energies back into alignment. You may be acting from an old template from ancient Lyran times that is ready to transform. Keep in mind that this is also the card of the warrior. The ancient times, you most likely had a lot of experience as a warrior and may still have those qualities within your nature. Look at how those qualities can be used constructively instead of destructively. There are always times when the warrior energy is useful. Attaining the mastery of a true warrior, even a spiritual one, means understanding when to use that energy for the greater good. If you need inspiration about what this really means, look to the ancient text of Bhagavad Gita, that's spelled Bhagavad, 2 words, Bhagavad Gita, and the teachings given to the warrior Arjuna by the great being Krishna. Yeah, I have to work on that because I know I've got one of them warriors in me. I know I've been a warrior for a long time. And I have to be careful about how I use that. Our third message here is from card 23, Spiritual Technology, Vega Present. Spiritual Technology, Vega Present. That's an interesting picture, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, let me look in the book here, and also I'll see this. Let's see, we got spiritual technology. Okay, this is the 4th time in the 21 videos that this message is coming forward for us. Okay. It says the profound nature of vegan mysticism. Wait a minute, that's not the right one. 23, I'm sorry. There we go. 23, Spiritual Technology, Vega Present. The ancient vegan mystics became quite adept at creating spiritual technology. This refers to using tools such as crystals, wands, geometry, and so on to enhance spiritual experiences or perform a function such as cleaning the energy in a home or healing a person. Originally, these tools were meant to be an enhancement of spiritual practices, but over time, the vegans became dependent on them and forgot that the power was not in the objects. This was a profound lesson for them. Examine how you use spiritual tools now. Do you depend on them more than your own inner power? Okay, personally for me, no. So, but that is a question you need to ask yourself. All right, carrying on here. In the middle development era of the Vega civilizations, a branch of spiritual science began to focus on spiritual technology. What is spiritual technology? It is a technology that assists spiritual development. It can range from external tools such as crystal wands, frequency generators, healing tools, and more. It can also include meditation techniques that have elaborate processes or steps that seem as if they provide a shortcut to a desired goal, but can often instead lead the practitioner along a path of distraction. All tools are neutral and can be used in a balanced way, an addictive way, or a way that controls others. This era in the Vega civilizations was a challenging one, and it connects to the era on Earth in present day, where many are looking for spiritual shortcuts instead of doing the real deep inner work necessary for spiritual transcendence. If this card appears in your reading, it could mean different things depending on the surrounding cards, your life circumstances, and past karma. Perhaps it may imply that you are becoming too addicted to spiritual technology and need to look at your inner self as the source of evolution. Or perhaps the opposite is true. Perhaps you can benefit by investigating spiritual technology in a balanced way. It could also be pointing to past lives in Vega or Atlantis in which you dealt with the misuse of technology. Go within and examine what this card means in the context of the other factors mentioned above. Interesting, huh? Yeah, these are all tools. But I've had a view about life, I guess. Because we come in butt naked and we go out butt naked. So looking at it like that, everything, and I mean everything, our clothes, they're a tool. Everything is a tool. The shoes we wear, they're a tool. So that's how I look at it. I don't know how you feel about that, or how you view tools, spiritual tools. So I've been thinking about this with the mala beads, the mantra I've been using, and I've been thinking, maybe I need to balance that also with just not using any kind of mantra, just going deep within the quietness. So, possibly that's why this is coming up for me again. Okay, moving on now. Our next message is card 27. This is the fourth time this one's come through. Alienness, non-human, parallel timeline. There we go. Yeah, I see. A lot of yellow in this one. A little bit of orange. Non-human parallel. It's an interesting picture. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to read this message. So like I said, this is coming through for the fourth time in 21 videos. Number 27. Okay, got it. In energy of this card, it says the energy of this card refers to the sense of alienness that many humans have that keeps them from feeling connected to life on planet Earth. Many feel strange in their own skin, as if they came from somewhere else. You may indeed have a connection to non-human beings in the universe, but because you are a human in this life, this card asks you to begin embracing your uniqueness and celebrate it rather than fear it, or be ashamed of it. If you need help, ask some loving non-human beings to assist you during meditation. Feel your alienness and open your heart to them anyway. You and they are one. Just a personal note here. Before I ever started school, I grew up in a forest. Well, it's 10 acres, wooded. Started out in a shack, used the outhouse, all that, And I knew before I even started public school that because of the exposure I had with the animals and nature and stuff, that I was not, this was not my natural home, The animals weren't having to sew together their clothing, It was, I don't know. Anyway, I've always felt that this is not my natural home. It's probably because we're a soul, spirit, having a human experience here on this planet Earth. Okay, I'll continue. This is one of the deck's few archetypical cards that does not necessarily point to a specific species, but rather a state of consciousness that is affecting you now. In terms of our galactic family, it may symbolize a connection to any number of non-humanoid races with whom you may have connections. You may already know who they are. If you don't know, it isn't so important that you do. There are a myriad of non-human species in creation. The main idea is to examine any feelings of alienness that you may have, of not belonging, or of being different. Often this feeling keeps us disconnected from life or gives us excuses to not engage in this reality. Again, look at the other cards in the spread to see if there are repeating themes. And, is there someone in your life who seems alien or different and you are having trouble embracing him or her? How can you engage yourself more in life on earth? How can you integrate feelings of being different with being part of a global or galactic community? Ultimately, our journey is about integration, and that means embracing all of our parts, even those that seem alien to us. I think this is one of my biggest deals, is that feeling of alienness, even around people that I love. And I've known a long time. I still have that feeling of alienness. So, absolutely, it's talking to me. Okay, our next message comes through card 51. Find it here, and then I'll hold it up. 51 is conservative attachments. Okay, and this, what did I do with the, oh, paper stuff. Hold on. Okay. All right. And this one here, okay, this is the second time this message is coming through in the 21 videos. Okay, this Earth present. Conservative attachments. I remember this seemed odd to me the first time I pulled this one. Read the title. And let's see. Yeah, this is the second time this message is coming through. Conservative attachments. All right, I've got it. When it is a time of transformation, it is natural to fear change. There is an illusionary feeling of safety in the familiar, even if the familiar is dysfunctional and no longer serves you. Take a look at your life now. What are you clinging to that is old and familiar? Is it time for an inventory? When you clean out the old, you make space for the new. The karmic pattern of fearing change is one that must be healed at this time. When you resist change, it is often forced on you. You can circumvent this by taking small steps towards change, which eventually lead to great strides. Start now. Now we move to the energy that is playing out on Earth in the present time stream. This is the expression of polarity that takes the form of fear, of change, being too attached to old stagnant ways of doing things, and an unrealistic adherence to how things should be on one side, and that of trying to force change before it's time on the other side. This card represents a strong attachment to old, safe ways of doing things, stop the energy of change. Change is an energy that can never be stopped. When it is time to change, it is necessary for us to acknowledge the situation without resistance and follow the guidance and flow of energy towards the right action for the times. It means looking at our fears and transcending them. It requires truthfully looking at our circumstances, seeing beyond our own filters, beliefs, and fears, and taking right action. There is an old Asian saying that says something like, Unless we change directions, we are likely to end up where we are headed. If this card came up in your reading, it is most likely warning you that you may be too attached to an old thought pattern, habit, or way of doing things. Take some time to look at yourself honestly and identify what needs changing in your life. Then begin work making those changes. Now, this has been on my mind, changing things around me, changing things within me, especially quelling that alienness that we visited. Okay, these next three messages are brand new. First timers for us. Living in the now. Yeah, we're just talking about change. Message change. Now we got living in the now. This is really good. Okay, let me find the page and then I'll pick up the card, give you a good look at it. 85, yeah. Okay. This is living in the now. Cetacean dolphin parallel timeline. Yeah. You see the bottom there in the picture. The interesting art. It's fascinating. Okay. Open the book. Okay, here we go. Living in the now. Message through card 85. Cetacean dolphin parallel timeline. Dolphin consciousness, more evolved than human, has the capacity to be rooted in the present moment and to live fully there. This explains their playful nature and how interactions with them bring humans into balance. As the human species and brain evolve, we will need to develop this skill as well. In doing so, we free ourselves from attachments of the past and worries of the future to create an abundance of energy for the now moment. This creates more joy and profound feeling of connectedness to the universe. Every day, focus on your breath. Keep attention rooted there. Now is all that exists. Dolphins are sentient beings much like humans, except without the high levels of polarity in their consciousness. This is why dolphins appear to exist in a joyful, fully present state. The ability to live in the now is an enlightened state, also expressed by awakened masters. Don't confuse it with being irresponsible or childish and seeking immediate gratification. This state is actually one of high integrity, authenticity, impeccability, and self-responsibility. And it is the state to which humanity is eventually evolving. Yeah. It means letting go of the past and no longer attaching to the future. When we bring our full consciousness to the here and now, our state of consciousness evolves in a powerful way. If this card comes up in your reading, it can mean several things. It may mean that you have a strong dolphin connection that wishes to be acknowledged. It may also mean that you are being asked to embrace the quality of life in the now as a way to let go of pains of the past or worries about the future. A great way to practice this is to simply sit quietly and focus on your breath. If your mind wanders, just refocus it on the breath. This is an essential skill to navigate the coming changes in Earth's reality. Begin practicing now. Have patience. The changes are cumulative and require focus and commitment. But you will soon notice things shift in your reality because you have shifted. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a lot. Um, yeah. It's real important to live in the present. Because of my age, I've been thinking more about the future, you know, holding up, both mentally and physically, you know. Okay. Our next message comes from card 96, Community, Association of Worlds in the Parallel Time Frame. Look at that picture. Okay. And like I said, this is the first time this message is coming through in the 21 videos. So let me find this real quick. Here we go. All right. The Association of Worlds is a unified group that includes many extraterrestrial and interdimensional species who have joined together as representatives of the galactic community. They have worked with humans for a very long time and look forward to the day when Earth people are included in this group. They represent equality, balance, and loving service. You pulled this card because you have a connection to this group that is positively affecting your life today. This card stresses the importance of building community on Earth, which prepares us for joining the community of stars. With that being said, this is why I'm here. This is why I do these videos. Going on here. This card refers to a unified group of ET species who formed a community millennia ago for the purpose of introducing awakening planets to the galactic family. This group is known by many names. From the perspective of an evolved species, there is no such thing as hierarchy or government in the way we define them on Earth. Thus, this group is a consortium of beings who work harmoniously together, but to do not force or make rules to live. But to do not enforce or make rules to live by. At their level of consciousness, such constraints are unnecessary. If you pulled this card, the meaning could be different depending on your circumstances. It could mean that you have a connection to this group and are working with them, consciously or unconsciously. It may also refer to your ability or desire to create a community of like-minded beings on Earth. It could also refer to a community you are already part of and how it either needs to or will go through a powerful transformation away from hierarchy. On a planetary level, this card also refers to the community of Earth humans who, even though they might not be aware that they are part of such a community, are just now beginning to awaken to the unity of all life. This message may also be for you to begin recognizing yourself as part of this community. Intuitively feel the specific interpretation of this message deep within you and trust that guidance. How can you apply the lessons of community to your life circumstances? Yeah, that's important. I like hearing these new ones. Okay, the last message we have in this video is from card 101. Integrity is Sissini parallel timeline. Sissini is the species. That is the mixture of Zeta Reticuli and human beings. So there you go. So let's hear what the message is here. 101. Here we go. Integrity is the trait of being fully aligned in thought, emotion, and action. When we act with impeccability, honor our word, and take full responsibility for our choices and actions, the result is essential for individual and species evolution. The Essassini species, a cross between human and Zeta, has mastered this. Essassini is known as a highly evolved ET species that represents the potential for the evolution of humankind. Let their energy influence you in your spiritual evolution as you take the needed steps to balance your life so that thought, emotion, and action are fully aligned. The Essassini species is a hybrid of human and Zeta. They are considered to be highly evolved species assisting Earth through its transition. Deep within the Essassini collective memory lie the healed lessons of the Zeta, Orion, and human species. Because these lessons were fully integrated, the outcome is a species of pristine consciousness, capable of non-polarized thought and a catalyzing energy that propels others forward into their own process of integration. When thoughts, actions, and emotions are not aligned, this creates discordant energies that keep a person or species constantly in conflict with the world of those around them. The Essassini have thought, emotion, and action fully aligned and can see themselves clearly without ego or illusion. They are truly an enlightened species. If you pulled this card, it may have several meanings. The message may be that you need to begin the process of examining your thoughts, emotions, and actions and notice how well they are aligned. Do you walk your talk? Do you say what your heart really wants to say? Do you make choices and take actions in life that are aligned with your true self? This requires deep inner searching, courage, and the willingness to see beyond the ego's illusions. If you are already working on these issues, the card may be acknowledging that fact. If not, the card may be telling you it is time to start. Personal integrity is a key step in evolution, and it can only be cultivated through an alignment of thought, emotion, and action. Okay. That's so true. I know it's true. Balance. I'm always mentioning balance. And we got to have it. We need to have it in order to evolve. So slowly, mankind evolves. Yeah. Well, I hope you found something beneficial in this today, in this video. I'm just so happy that you're here. Thank you. And please, comment. Let me know how you feel about it. You know, I really appreciate you being here. And the ones that leave comments, thank you so much. Seriously, thank you. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And in closing, I wish you all agape love. Remember to love yourself and the others. Be the light. Be the light. Okay. I love you all. I will see you in the next video. You take real good care of yourselves. Bye for now.